Hi, welcome to the Beyond Barriers Habits and Hacks show. Have you ever felt overwhelmed and struggled with competing priorities? Well, in today's show, you're going to learn how to get things done. Did you know that the human's attention span has dropped to 8 seconds over the last decade? I mean, that's less than a goldfish. A goldfish has 9 seconds of attention span. There's a book out there called The Distracted Mind that was written by a neuroscientist and a psychologist that do an excellent job of describing why our brains were not built to multitask.
Yeah, I've read that book and I love what they talk about and how they describe that we're not really multitasking. We're simply switching between tasks.
Yes.
But here's what happens is every time we switch, we lose productivity and we lose time.
Yes. They say that every time you switch context or you switch tasks, it takes you 30 minutes to gain that focus back on doing whatever you were doing before you switched. So, Nikki, you have mastered kind of this art of focusing on one thing. Share with everyone, what is it?
Well, what's helped me focus is really my obsession with planning.
Yes.
And I'm able to take something really big and make it really, really, really tiny. And then I focus on only that one tiny thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what allows me to remove the distractions. And really, the distractions come down to stress or anxiety or worry about dropping the ball on something else.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you know that what you're focusing on right now is exactly the right thing to do at that point in time, you can avoid the distraction.
Mm-hmm.
So as a habit, to use planning as an effective habit that allows me to remove that distraction and also drives my focus has been really the key to me not having that goldfish kind of attention span. It's obviously a challenge because we're dealing with so much stimulation all the time with technology and a chaotic environment and all of that and being constantly connected 24/7. So it's not easy, but there are absolutely things that we can do that allow us to narrow down our focus and be very disciplined about it. One of the things that I've learned is that discipline is what creates freedom. And instead of thinking of my, focus on planning and having the daily discipline of how I invest my time or how I plan my days or my weeks or my months, I look at it as my ticket to freedom.
Mm-hmm.
It takes some time to do the planning up front, but once that plan is set, now I know that I don't have to worry about any of the other things. I just need to focus on what is right in front of me that I've already pre-planned and already defined as the most important thing to do. And that gives me the freedom to let go of the worry, to let go of all the 99 other things that could be screaming for my attention. They're not important because I've already decided what is important. So here are a few of the favorite habits or hacks that have been really helpful for me. First off, when I think about setting a goal for the year, I don't focus on, it's not easy to remember all the details. And so what's been really effective is coming up with a word of the year. Instead of setting New Year resolutions that you define at the beginning of the year and then 45 days later, you don't even remember them, let alone taking action on them.
I'm guilty of that.
So instead of that, I just pick a word of the year. And that helps me keep that constant focus on what's the most important thing to do this year, right? So it could be a power word that is inspirational, and it's the thing that's been missing in your life, and it's what will take you to the next level. So being able to identify that word keeps you on track. It's a very simple way of bringing your focus back to what matters. Because that way, even if you go off track, your word of the year is X, and so you get back to X all the time. Another one of my favorite hacks is what I call Power Hour. This is something I do every morning. It's my daily morning ritual that is just one of those power habits, if you will, that allows me to not only start my day with intention, but with this energy and excitement that fuels me for the rest of the day. And so it's 1 hour where I do things that are good for my mind, my soul, my body, and whether it's exercising, whether it's prayer and meditation, whether it's journaling and reflection or planning my day. all of those things within that power hour and reading something inspirational allow me to, instead of rolling out of bed, looking at my phone and getting an instant attack of anxiety with all the emails that I have to respond to, and then looking at my calendar and saying, oh my gosh, I'm already feeling behind.
Yes.
Just waking up a little bit earlier to account for that power hour is a very peaceful and beautiful start to the day that gives you a sense of control and excitement that makes you, gives you the power to decide how do you want to invest your time and your energy for that day. So that's another hack that for me has been absolutely, non-negotiable. And it's a great way to start the day. So I'd highly encourage people to try that out. Just don't pick up your phone the minute you wake up. Ignore your phone. Define a ritual. If you don't want to put in a full hour, do 10 minutes or 15 minutes, something that is meaningful and nourishing to your mind, body, and soul. Start off your day with that, and it brings you back to what's important. It gets you centered and allows you to focus.
That's fantastic. And it sounds exciting, just the name of it, Power Hour.
Yes.
You start your day with power.
Exactly. And then finally, one of my all-time favorite hacks is what I call a rewards catalog.
Rewards catalog. That sounds fun. Tell
now,
me
you've
more.
heard about shopping catalogs,
Yes.
right? So this is not about buying products or services or things that you probably don't even need in your life. This is about recognizing and rewarding yourself. So every week when I do my weekly reviews, I decide how I'm going to reward myself. Well, to make it easier, I just decided to make a rewards catalog for myself. And so I've actually made it like a workbook or a journal where, it's just like a shopping catalog, and you can create weekly themes of all the things, any kind of reward you want to give yourself. So it could be, maybe buying something for yourself that you've coveted for a while, but you give it to yourself as a reward for some action that you've taken.
Okay.
On the other hand, it could be something as simple as doing nothing or watching a favorite show, or maybe it's, going out on a little weekend trip. Whatever it is that you want to do, pick all the things that are meaningful to you. Sometimes it could be, going on a wild adventure. Sometimes it could be as simple as sleeping for 12 hours straight.
Right. Okay.
So you can pick all the rewards that are important to you. And it's also recognition. In what ways do you want to celebrate yourself? Right? So once you decide that, I create that whole catalog of 50-some rewards or recognitions for myself for the entire year. And then every week as I'm going through my review, I just decide what am I going to use to reward myself. And I just pick something from that catalog. And, at the end of the week, when I've taken action, I have a reward already picked out, and I can give that to myself. But it's also a way of giving yourself something to look forward to. And most importantly, not needing the validation and affirmation from someone else, because you're taking care of yourself and you're recognizing yourself. And it's a great way to not only acknowledge the action you took or the accomplishments you've had, but to celebrate progress, not just waiting for that final destination.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a really great incentive as well, because you have this list of things you want to give yourself throughout the year. And then think about it. At the end of the year, you look at this list and you're like, oh my God, I gave myself all these things.
Exactly.
That's wonderful.
And along with that is also the validation of all the things you did accomplish and all the things you took action on. So it's a great way of rewarding and recognizing yourself and doing, fueling yourself with the progress that you're making.
Yes, a great way of saying, I deserve it.
Yes.
Okay, everyone. So here's your homework for the week. Pick one habit or hack that we shared with you in this episode and how you're going to reward yourself. Then share it with us on Instagram and tag us so that we can highlight your story. Go to IamBeyondBarriers.com, where you'll find all the show notes and links to the resources we referenced in this episode. Whether you're just getting started or hungry to get ahead, simply working hard is no longer enough to advance your career. You must keep learning new skills and adapt to a rapidly changing business landscape. If you're an ambitious woman who wants to dominate your career, then the Beyond Barriers Habits and Hacks Show is for you. This show is co-hosted by Nikki, digital innovator, serial entrepreneur, author, and speaker. and Monica Marquez, ex-Googler, diversity expert, and senior corporate leader. As thought leaders in innovation and inclusion, we bring unique insights on career success in the digital age. Learn how to develop the skill set, mindset, and tool set to accelerate your success. Gain clarity, develop unstoppable confidence, anticipate and get ahead of change, master cutting-edge success strategies, and build a powerful professional network. Check out new episodes every Monday and turn TGIF into TGIM.